welcome to my channel. My name is Loma. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching. So, guys, I'm gonna teach you how to date, how to navigate dating. As a modern African woman, the old rules no longer apply. Now, I was born in the late 1980s, and yes, I'm old. I'm your auntie. I'm old. So, yeah, and a lot of my mates who were married in their 20s, a lot of them are very disgruntled about their marriage. A lot of them are actually leaving their marriages because, of course, the foundation of the marriage has always been wrong. And it's no fault of theirs because our upbringing, especially those born in the 1980s and 1990s, we had a different upbringing which does not apply to today's dating market. We're told when we're growing up to forget ourselves, to find our value in serving others. That's why you hear the phrase, "What are you gonna do in your husband's house?" Is this how you're gonna sweep in your husband's house? Is this how you're gonna cook in your husband's house? It's always what you are gonna give. It's always who you're gonna take care of. It's not about who will take care of me, but approaching any relationship from a point of service will at the long run not be sustainable. You cannot sustain it, especially if you're always giving and giving and giving. One day you're gonna be fed up, or one day there's not gonna be anything left to give. You know you're no longer getting fulfillment from your marriage. Please leave, because life is too short for you to keep giving and pouring into a cup that never gets full, or a cup that never appreciates that you're pouring into them. So, I'm going to teach you how to navigate the dating market right now. Firstly, when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Number one is no amount of prayers, okay, will make a relationship that is already damaged work. There are some deal breakers that you should never accept in a relationship, and I'm gonna go over them because some of them, I used to be a victim of it. Some of them will be like not a big deal, but by the time you're with your partner by yourself, you realize that that's a big deal. Things like cheating, things like gaslighting, mental manipulation. I'll teach you all that on this channel. Don't worry, how to recognize those things. But a lot of them should be a big deal. Especially things that fucks with your head. A lot of people know how to do that. I prefer that I was beaten than someone fucks with my head. Like, come on, that's unforgivable. That's unforgivable. We'll just subscribe, okay? We're gonna talk a lot about relationships on this channel. I know that I have a lot of people who came from my relationship videos. I know you're one of those people that will click. Please, if you're one of those people, please indicate down below in my comment section. So, how to date as a modern woman? One of it is self-love. Everybody has been preaching self-love. Oh, self-love. Self-love is not necessarily going to the spa, pampering yourself for a day, or spending money on yourself, or taking trips. Man, that is under the umbrella of self-care. Okay, but that's not self-love. Self-love should come from within, self-preservation. We were not taught to love ourselves. No. I mean, do you even know yourself? You don't know yourself. A lot of us have no self-awareness. I didn't even come to self-awareness until my 30s. So I want you, especially if you're in your 20s, because if you keep hearing about self-awareness in your 20s, I'm sure your eyes are going to open very soon. Like, unlike us that were naive because our parents did not teach us anything. My mother didn't teach me anything about love. Neither did my father. We were just born and thrown into the world just like that, to go and find ourselves, which I do not recommend. If you know you're going to bring children in this world, make sure that you hold their hands all the way. Do not throw them to the wolves, because you know what wolves do? Wolves will eat, wolves will bite. So that's it. So self-love is just the act of self-preservation. You look inward, and whatever doesn't please you, whatever doesn't give you that happiness, okay? We were taught to always sacrifice that marriage is hard, relationships are no, it doesn't have to be hard. Okay? Relationship does not have to be hard, especially when it has to do with two people. Okay? When relationships are said to be hard are due to external factors that we cannot control. Things like maybe sickness, things like finances, okay? These are the things that make relationship hard. But when the hardship is now coming from the both of you, okay, that's not gonna work. You never accept that. Your partner should always want to make you feel good. Underline the word want. Sometimes they are not capable of doing what you want at a particular time, but you know that this person will if they can. That's a different scenario. I didn't say you should be an asshole. Some women are assholes. No. You know that, for example, a man is providing for you. You know that when he has money, he provides. And the time he doesn't have, there is nothing to give. You start lamenting. You start causing problems. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when a relationship is downright derogatory, who have started using foul words on each other, cursing each other. There is fake happiness for each other's growth. Trust me, there are a lot of relationships like that. There's constant tussle, constant fight, constant demeaning. Please exit that kind of relationship because you're never gonna get better. For someone to start talking to you anyhow means they've lost respect for you. I'm sorry, once the respect is gone, it's gone. There's nothing you can do to bring it back. This is talking from experience. So when it starts like that, it means that you no longer respect each other. The best thing is for you to leave each other because it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. So as a woman, if you have, I'm talking to women now. If you have a partner that's always demeaning you, that's always talking shit about you, that's always manipulating, gaslighting, please leave. Because there's nothing worse more than psychological trauma. Nothing is worse than that. Because it can take years to heal. Please leave. Hardships in relationship or marriage shouldn't come from the both of you. It's understandable if it comes from external things, like from your world. Then you can tackle it together. That's when the relationship is hard, but not from you, not from the both of you. We do not accept that kind of relationship in modern day because we now know the value of mental health. Do you know that if you carry mental trauma as a woman, you're likely to pass it to your innocent child? It's called epigenetics. So if the mother is not happy with the pregnancy, you are going to burden the child with that unhappiness. That's why some children, they come out depressed. Yes, they get depression, they get anxiety, they get some kind of mental illness because you have passed down the trauma from yourself to them. So it is imperative that a mother should be in the best state when they are pregnant. It will do good for your children. Your children will grow better, will have an advantage better than or children who grew up in a womb where the mother is suffering or where the mother is always traumatized. So prioritize self-love. Anything that does not agree with you physically, spiritually, mentally, please stay away from that and only mix with people that will bring out your real self and bring out your happiness and bring the happiness within. So that also brings me to prioritize your own happiness. If money makes you happy, go to a man with money. If a 50-50 partner makes you happy because it kind of gives you some sort of security. I know some women who like 50-50 because they feel like, okay, I'm kind of secure. So even if my partner messes up, at least I have some resources. To why some women do not agree to 50-50 because they feel, okay, they are bringing a lot. A woman is actually bringing her whole self, her name, her womb, everything, making you immortal. So she's laying everything on. She's a table. She's laying everything on the table for you. So she's also correct that you provide the 100% for her and her children. So both are correct, but always prioritize your happiness. Always do what makes you happy. Gone are the times of self-sacrificing. You go die quick, oh. Self-sacrificing will do you no good. I know of a woman, okay, we're friends, and she used to go to a man's house, and when she goes there, she will clean the man's house. The man is not even married, so she'll clean, she'll cook. We Nigerians don't want to do wife material. She'll clean, she'll cook, and sometimes when she cleans, she see panties of the other women and underwear. And she'll come and show them to me. I'll be like, what are you still doing here? Me, even if sometimes me, it might be my pants that I've left in my bed, but I'll forget that I own this kind of pants. I will confront you and ask you what's going on. But she just keep quiet and say she doesn't want to cause problems. She ignored those panties. She washed those panties. The man saw that she used to wash them, so he graduated into bringing girls and sleeping with these girls in her presence. But do you know what? Eventually, he married her. Do you know why he married her? Because she was easy. He felt that she was easy to control. But at some point, her eyes opened and she got tired of it and saw the man for who he was. That the man never liked her in the first place. He just married her because she was easier to control. And I tell you, a lot of African men marry like that. They marry women that are quote unquote easy. So I don't personally, if a woman is married, I don't really value that someone is married because I know the tea, I know what's going on. I don't. It's your relationship and how I see your relationship I admire. I do not admire if a man puts a ring on there. Nah, I don't. I do not admire it because a lot of people marry for a plethora of reasons and some of them are downright not good. So prioritize your happiness. Now, I might sound like an African auntie. Of course, I'm an African auntie. Please, no sex before marriage. Listen to me. Listen to me. No sex before marriage. Okay. I was listening to a video on TikTok about a woman who was saying that she's not gonna have sex with her man until there's a commitment in the form of marriage. And the man was like, okay, I'll go and cheat then. She was like, okay, if you go cheat, that's okay. It tells me that you're not for me. Because from the dating period, you're gonna know who a man is supposed to is gonna be. So if he's dating you, he should remain exclusive to you until that shows you that he's committed to marriage. And it shouldn't take long before he gives you the ring. I don't think a man needs 10 years, 5 years, 4 years to know that you're the one. 6 months is okay. Like, come on, what are you people still doing? And between those 6 months, please no sex. Don't. Because some of them have ulterior motive. They just want your body, and when they've had you, they are gone. They are gone. Some of them can pretend for even that 6 months, they can pretend. That's why I say if it changes, I'm not an advocate for stay and watch a man change. No, if he changes from his character, because I know narcissists can pretend. Men have not dealt with you. Now, some narcissists they can pretend for a long time. I'm making a video on Jidena. Jidena is a Nigerian American artist. I'm making a video on him. He's one of those narcissist men that use up women's youth. So some of them can pretend, but what you do is that once the switch up is on, be ready to move. Be ready at any time to leave a very bad situation. You also have to be smart. Um, Gone are the days where you go into the relationship with hope, with hope, and prayers that you will get a good husband or you get someone that is good for you. You should always have deal breakers. Okay, people change. I keep hammering this. People change. You do not truly know a person. You will never truly know anybody. So that's why you should always be prepared. Always be prepared. Have deal breakers. Have deal breakers. Cheating should be a deal breaker because you might get some diseases from it. And nobody who loves you will want to dishonor you that way by sharing what belongs to you with another person. Now, cheating should be because for men, when it comes to men, cheating is a deal breaker. You rarely see a man take a cheating woman back. So why are you gonna accept a cheating man? It doesn't make sense. As a modern woman, why are you going to accept a cheating man? Cheating is one of the highest form of disrespect. So if someone cheats on you, you leave because the person no longer values you or no longer respects you. That's just what it is. And the person lacks integrity. If a relation, I'm an advocate for divorce. If your relationship is no longer working, see, there's something in life, we are two people. We might be going the same way or the same place or the same destination at one point in our life. But because we are different energy, we are different creatures, we all have different parts to fulfill. We should know that we all have different parts. No two parts are the same. And we might meet on that journey and we'll be going on that road. But sometimes my destination is left and your destination is right. But we met when we were going on a straight road, we were going together. So we might not always end up in the same path, and that's okay. Some people outgrow their partner, and it's okay to leave. Because the worst thing you do is to drag someone on a path that does not belong to them. That's why there's so much thrive in marriage. It's easy. Marriage is easy. There's so much thrive, there's so much bitterness. It's not supposed to be that way. Partners, people are allowed to grow. People are allowed to outgrow people. That is what it is. So marriage is coming together, okay? And if our parts no longer align, we leave. A lot of our mothers, a lot of our fathers were very unhappy in the marriage because as they grew, at one point, their lives no longer aligned. And because of culture and tradition and the need to stay for 50 years, they stay in the toxic relationship and raise toxic children. The children, they see it. You hear a lot of testimonies because those children are raised in a toxic home and they think that life is supposed to be like that because my parents stayed for 50 years, so I'm gonna stay for 50 years. Come on, we all have different life paths, we have different energy, we have different spirits. So keep it pushing. In the spirit of keeping it pushing, please have your deal breakers. Have your deal breakers and stick to them. Because if you do not stick to them, the universe has a way of making it bite you. I trust the universe with my life. I trust the universe with everything. You know what? It never failed me. The universe never fails me. If you do not leave a toxic marriage or a toxic relationship, the universe has a way of pulling you out by fire, by force. Either you come out alive or you come out dead. Choose one. So let's learn. Let's learn to stop giving and self-strive. You can give, but not to the detriment of your own soul. You have only your life to give. Your children shouldn't even come before you. Your husband shouldn't come before you as a woman. Because you have to be whole. You have to be full. That's why they say a happy wife, a happy home. You have to be whole. You have to be full for you to be able to pour. Because as a woman, you carry divine. You carry divinity of God. You're a God personified as a woman. You're a vessel for creation. Your body is special. You are special. And these men, they know what you carry. That's why they're clamoring for women. They know what you carry. So you get used when you don't know what you carry, when you don't think of yourself as the shit. It's not a flex to be humble. It's not a flex to be humble. I used to be that humble person that would downplay her achievements so the world will not say, oh, she's bragging. I'm gonna brag. I'm highly educated. Okay, I'm gonna brag about that. My life is good. I'm gonna brag about it. I love myself. I'm in a very good mental space. I love my life. I am content with my life. Yes, there are things I will want to change, but right now, I'm okay until I have the ability to change them. I accept myself, flaws and all. I'm done staying humble. Humility helps nobody. I'm done having imposter syndrome. You should be done as well because a lot of African women have imposter syndrome. They subjugate themselves for other people to shine. What about you? Who will shine for you? Who will? I wrote some things down, but it appears that my mind, my spirit wants to say something else, and I let it say it. So all comes to if you as a person love yourself, you will not accept bullshit. In dating, in jobs, in life, you will not accept anything that goes contrary to what will keep your spirit and soul happy. I have a lot of series that I've written down, so subscribe. You're going to be hearing a lot of wisdom from me. I'll see you when I start post. Bye. Bye.